All right. So now we'll discuss about Java features. This is our today's concept. Actually, what is a feature? Feature may call quality or characteristics. So now we are going to discuss about what are the qualities of a Java or otherwise features of a Java. Okay, actually in Java there are 11 features are there. Because of these features or qualities, Java became popular in worldwide. So how many features are there in our Java? There are 11 features. Coming to the first one, the first most feature as we discussed in yesterday's class is platform independent. Java is platform independent. Okay, after compilation of Java program, it will generate a bytecode. That bytecode will be executed in any system of the world. This mechanism is called platform independency. Okay, this concept is already discussed over in yesterday's class. Okay, coming to the second one, it is simple. Java is simple. How it is simple and why it is simple means actually if we want to write a program by using C language, okay, that program may take 200 lines of coding, right? If we will use that same program, okay, somebody is telling that my voice is not clear. Is it clear now? Can you confirm again? Is it clear now? Yes, right. Uh, Once can you check your internet, ma? I think here somebody is telling my voice is clear. What about remaining people? Okay, is it clear now? Okay, yes. Thank you. Okay, coming to the second feature, Java is simple. So it is simple because it will use only less number of lines of code to write a program compared to a C language. Why? Because C language following procedure oriented or task oriented language, and here in Java we are following object oriented features. So because of this object oriented features, so automatically the code will be reduced. So that's because we will say Java programs will be using less number of lines compared to C language. Okay, here what is object oriented features? Okay, we will discuss it in fifth point, right? And coming to the third point, security. Java provides more security than other programming language. Why? Because this Java language follows the firewall concept to provide the security to the data or programs which is implemented in Java language. What is firewall? What it will do means it provides security to our data or programs like a wall. So If any unauthorized person trying to break that wall, then the data will be fired or permanently deleted from the system. Like that, this firewall concept will be worked. Okay, Java is more secured because of firewall concept. What is the firewall concept here? The firewall concept makes security to our data, okay, like a wall. If any unauthorized person want to access the data, then the data will be deleted or fired immediately from the system. So like that, it will protect our data. So for example, have you seen the movie of Shivaji, which is a movie of Rajnikant's? In climax scene of that movie, villain trying to open Rajnikant's laptop. So by using some invalid credentials, because of that invalid credentials, the laptop totally crashed. And this is the one of the example for firewall technology. I think so. Understood here. So that is the security. And coming to the next one, portable. So portability means nowadays, okay, uh, all are using portable devices because of their simplicity to carry from one place to another place. Okay, our mobile is also portable device. That's why we are carrying with us. Okay, for example, in olden days, if we have a phone, that phone is, what? Permitted to only house only. We are not carry that phone, okay, with us because of its heaviness. But nowadays, because of technology, the phone size is reduced. So that's why we are carrying our phone with us, so where we are going, that is called portable. So Java language is also a portable one. Why? Because we will carry easily the Java coding or program from one place to another place. So that's why it is very portable language. And next one, fifth one is object oriented. What is object oriented? Actually, the Java program will be developed based on the objects. Object in the sense, it's a real time thing, call it as object, okay, or it's a instance, okay. So that is called object. So it is developed, okay, based on that objects only, mean object oriented, based on that objects only. Means coming to the C language is task oriented or procedure oriented language. Okay, it will be worked based on the task, okay, not on a object. So whatever the task we assign to a C language, that will be executed multiple times, okay. So if we'll go for a real time example, in general example, okay, so in temples, so if we'll see, if we will observe a pujari, what he is doing, some families will come for archana. So he perform the archana for first family, okay. Automatically next he will perform the same archana for second family and third family, fourth family. Like that, per day he may uh, do that archana puja more than 10 families or 20 or 100 families also. So but the archana is same for everybody, okay. But he is doing 100 times for each and every family, okay. That is means task oriented. Each and every family come for the puja of Archana, and accordingly, I mean that Archana is a one task. So according to that his task, he will perform the puja. For family one, he will perform Archana. For family two, he will perform Archana. So like that, okay, he is performing continuously archanas only for each and every family. So those are the tasks which is coming from a different families. So C language is will work like that. Okay, and coming to the Java language, so he will perform the archana only one time for all families. Okay, why? Because he called one, I mean, he used to give the tickets to each and every family and ask them to sit in a place, one place, or in a room. Okay, after some time, okay, he called all of them and performed the archana. So he did object oriented, he did the puja on basis on that only all came for one purpose, that is archana. So he will perform that archana for all at a time. Okay, so in previously he did 100 times, but now in I mean coming to the Java example, he perform archana only one time for all families. Why? Because he make them to sit for some time, he make them to sit for some time, and asking what are the task, what is their for which purpose they came to the temple, and accordingly and based on that object he will perform that task. So so that is called difference between I mean C program and Java program. Okay, so like that our Java will be worked. All right, so that's why Java program is object oriented. It won't concentrate on the task. It will be concentrate on the only objects, and it will perform the task at a time. So because of this object orientation, this Java language will return less number of lines of code. It will need only less number of lines of code. Okay, and also it is very simple, right? And coming to the next one, robust. Java language provides robustness. What is robust here? Robustness in the sense it is very strong. Okay, because of two powerful features of Java, okay, it became more powerful language. What are those features? The first feature is exception handling. So Java language became more strong because of other two features. From the two features, one of the feature is exception handling. What is this exception handling? Okay, so in your program, there is a small errors in somewhere, some part of the program. So this Java will reject that particular lines and execute the remaining lines of the code and give results accordingly. It won't stop or struck the total program for the 2 lines or 3 lines of coding. So that is called exception handling, which means some exceptions are there in our program. So those are, I think, sometimes some unnecessary things also we will enter in program. So such kind of unnecessary, there will be mistakes or errors in that, programs. So for that unnecessary things, C language will stop completely. I mean, compiling or executing that code. Okay, if we will type any errors in a C language, it won't execute until unless if we will correct that errors. Okay, but coming to the Java program, if we will type one or two mistakes by mistakenly, if we will enter one or two mistakes in a coding, then also, okay, it will neglect that errors, and it will stop reading or executing that particular lines wherever the errors are there. Okay, the remaining lines will be executed and it will show some output. So the such concept is called a exception handling. Okay, that is the one of the best feature of a Java. And coming to another one, memory management. So memory management in the sense, whenever the object is created, the memory will be allocated automatically. Okay. Already you have learned in C language. Okay. Variable creation and allocation of a memory for a variable. Okay. For that memory allocation purpose, in C language you have learned pointers concept. Okay, pointers concept maximum concentrates on memory management. Okay, how to allocate the memory and how to deallocate the memory. So such kinds of topics are learned in pointers in C language. So here in Java, the memory management will be done automatically. Okay, allocation of a memory to a variable, and after completion of the task or work of that variable, it will automatically deallocate the memory for that variable. So this two, allocation of memory and deallocation of memory, will be done automatically in Java language. So this concept is called the memory management. That memory management concept is also one of the best feature in Java language. So because of those two, exception handling and memory management, this language will be the more strongest. So that is called robust one. Clear? And coming to next point, multi-threading. So what is multi-threading? If we will execute a program from starting to ending, okay, from starting to ending in a single line, that is call it as single thread. Okay, apart from that, if we will use if we will execute the programs parallelly, okay, so such kind of, which means more number of programs will be executed side by side. Okay, such concept is called a multi-threading. So because of this multi-threading concept, parallel programs will be executed now. So cpu processor time will be saved, and also it won't struck anywhere or at any single program. If any program will have some compilation errors or some other errors, it will stop working on that and it will immediately move to the second program, third program, fourth program. So like that, that programs will be executed parallelly. Okay, if the first program will come again, it will attempt, it came back and attempt to execute that particular first program also. So like that, parallel programs will be executed. Okay, in a system. So such kind of technique is called a multi-threading. Because of this multi-threading, the CPU processor time will be saved. That is also one of the advantage of our Java. And coming to the next point, interpreted. So what is this interpreter? Already you have learned about a compiler. What is a compiler? What is the purpose of compiler in C language? Okay, it will take the C program from whatever we have written. Okay, C program is also a high level language, no? Okay, that will take the program and it will convert that program into a zeros and ones, which means compiler will translate the high level language into the low level language. That is the job of the compiler. And this one more purpose of this compiler is it will translate the program at a time. Okay, it can't read line by line. After completely writing of a program, we are going for a compilation. Okay, so it will translate the complete code at a time. That is the job of a compiler. And coming to the interpreter, so interpreter is another translator. Okay, it is used to translate a program line by line, not a complete program from one line to 100 lines. It will execute or it will convert the code line by line. That is a task of a interpreter. I think you have learned in C itself or basics of computers. Okay, so there is a difference between compiler and interpreter. Both are translators only, but compiler will perform a translation at a time, which means total program. Okay, and but interpreter, it will execute line, it will convert line by line from our high level language to binary language. Okay, and here we will use interpreter in runtime. In runtime, we will use interpreter uh, to compile the, to translate the data. But actually, whenever we will use the interpreter, it will translate the data from data line by line. No? So that's why if we want to fast up this one interpreter speed, we are using one more compiler in JVM unit, that is called JIT compiler, which means just in compiler, just in time compiler. So because of this compiler and interpreter both together will work in JVM mission, at JVM mission part. So because of these two, the performance of a Java language will be increased more. So because of these two work together, now it will give fastest results to the users. Okay, so it is interpreted one because of this highest performance, fastest work also one of the feature of a Java. And coming to the ninth feature, distributed one. Actually, this Java supports network based applications and network programming work distribution and control to the network, which means if we want to share the programs in between multiple number of systems, it can handle easily. Okay, suppose if there is a lot of work with you, so you may share that work to your in between your friends. Okay, so that will be performed in Java language very easily. After completion of all works, once again you will gather that works and will get a single output. So like this it will work. It supports network based applications and network programming, work distribution, and controlling is also possible while work distribution. Okay, it will handle the protocols of TCP, IP, etc. That is the one of the feature of the Java. And coming to the next one, dynamic one. So the 10th feature is it is dynamic one. Why? Because if we want to make any changes in runtime, so it is also possible in Java language. Means if you want, while executing a program, you will get the results in output screen. If you want to make any change, if you want to see any changes, okay, with one step of working, it is possible in Java language. So dynamically also you can apply some of the additional things to your program, and you will see the output immediately. Such kind of things are possible in Java language. So that's why we call it as it is a dynamic programming language. Okay, means we are working on something, we may get new thoughts. Okay, if we will see like this, what happens, and if we will apply this new thing to this one, and what will came. So like that, sometimes while working on something, we will get some new thoughts also. So immediately you can join that new thoughts to your coding, and you will see the output immediately. So that is the dynamic feature. And last one, high performance already discussed in with interpreted concept. Because of JIT compiler, because of which JIT, just in time compiler, the performance of the execution unit will be increased. Okay, the compiler and interpreter will work togetherly, and it will give fastest results. So automatically, so this programming language will give high performance, will provide high performance than other programming languages. Okay, these 11 are the best features of a Java language. Okay, so because of these 11 features only, Java is top 10 list in programming languages. And uh, this is about today's class. Thank you.